guys, today I'm gonna do a final thoughts on Plague Tale Requiem. As you know, I was playing this on my channel. I played most of the game, about 70% of the game, live within my channel. So, like, if you want to see that, please go ahead. This is my footage. So, usually I don't really do a review, but I mean, this game deserves one. First things first, I have both of these games, of course, physically. And when this game came out, they were giving it some awesome praises, like YouTubers that I respect. I say, you know what? Let me play the first one, because I had the first one for the Xbox One. So when I played the first one, wow, like that was sitting in my library for a year and a half, and it was in the package. Like I didn't even open it, and thank God I did. This is from Asobos Studios, owned by Microsoft now. But at the time when they did the first entry, A Plague Tale Innocence, they were an independent company, an independent developer. It was an indie, a AA title. Then, the way it seems to me, this is me just saying it, and then other people have a hypothesis as well, just a educated guess. Like when Microsoft saw the first entry of these two titles, it's like they said, here's the money and go. Because with the budget you had, and with the game, the first game, it came out, I mean, as good as it could be for a AA, guys, it was amazing. The story was intriguing, captivating. For me, this is my opinion. And this world of 13th century France, this is about the plague from 13th century France. But this one has the plague, but the plague is rats. And it's about a sister and then her brother. Her brother, it is the carrier. And I'm not gonna say anything else because I want you to play the game. So before we go into the second game, because what you're watching here, it is the second game. Please, if it's possible, try to play Plague Tale Innocence, the first one, because the second one references a lot to the first one, but it doesn't shows there's certain games that be showing some videos of the last game within the game. It does not do that. It just speaks about what happened in the first game, and I think it is imperative that you play the first game before you play the second game. So now the game is very dark. It's in a very dark world, but the thing is that in this dark world you have two kids, okay, a teenager and then her little brother Hugo, that he's 5 years old. Guys, the game is incredible. So now we're going to talk about part 2. This is the game that you're seeing, the footage, my footage. Let's first talk about graphics. Okay, I did play this on the PS5. Now, I must admit, this game has, the lighting is incredible. The world design, it's like everything they did on the first one, but to a whole other level. Like from, this is like a AA to a triple A. You could tell in the budget, the voice acting. You could tell in the character models. Everything was upgraded like 100%. Like it was a totally different game in looks and it feels, but it's still the same game. Okay, guys? It's just they just went to a whole other level because they had a way bigger budget. The first game is only 10 hours. This game is 20. They even doubled the length, but they doubled everything: the graphics, the sound, the voice characters, everything. But I must now, When I first loaded it on my PS5, there was a 1.5 gigabyte patch, but I gotta admit, there's a lot of fire in this game, and that when there's a lot of fire, the frame rate does drop. Now this is, yes, I can't believe this. This game is targeted for 30 frames, not 60. Asobos, patch please. I'll play it at like 1080p. The game is running at 1440p 30, but even then, it dips, and it's because the game is so graphically intense. But I think also the game has to be optimized, because yes, it's a beautiful game, but I don't think it is for so many drops. I just think that it's not optimized. So hopefully they could fix that. Now, did it take me out of the experience when it like dropped to 24, 25 sometimes? No, because it does happen, and then it goes up right away. Now, for me, it didn't take me out of the experience. About 85% of the game, yeah, and I think I'm being fair. 85% of the game runs at 30 locked, but those 15%, when there's a lot of fire, like a lot of bosses, the frame rate does dip. I just wanted you guys to like know that. Now the Xbox One X, Digital Foundry did a whole video on it. It doesn't drop as much, but on the PS5 it does. So you're getting 1440p 30. Now, world design, incredible. This is still a linear experience, just like the first one, but it's more open. Like right now, you could see that you could walk around, right? In the first one, it was not like that. I mean, it was just like literally like corridors, like hallways. This one you could actually move around, and there's some areas that it's like pretty, like you could say is like open world in that scene, because you could go pretty much like anywhere. You know, I mean, you could move around a lot, but it's still a linear experience. There is no side quest, guys. This is a single game experience, and it's sad because I wish this was an exclusive. This one, part 2, to like Microsoft, because they own Asobos now. But this is a competitor to like The Last of Us. Yes, in the sense of the writing. Guys, this game is so dark, and it's such a emotional roller coaster. I call my nephews, and when I call them, and I'm being real, I am a grown 50-year-old man. My eyes were puffy because it made me tear up. It's very emotional, very powerful experience. Hands down, as of now, this is my game of the year. And also, if you guys know Mr. Matty Plays, he did an outstanding review on this game. Now remember, guys, the game ain't perfect, but wow, even as of now, he said it's his game of the year. So I got to see God of War to see how that game makes me feel, because I told my like nephew, for me, my personal experience, for a game, for it to be game of the year for me, it has to move me. The sense that, guys, when I was at work and I told this to both of my nephews, I was thinking about this game. As I'm helping my customers out, I'm thinking, my mind ain't at my job, my mind is in this game, dying to go home so I could turn it on. Guys, rarely few games that has happened to. The only time I felt that way, it was when I played Final Fantasy VII remake that my nephew and I Eli played. That was a very special game in my heart, and I can't wait for like part 2. Hello, hurry up. You know who you are. Let's get that game out. But anyway, the game, it is amazing, guys. This game, the world building, the world design is incredible. This is 13th century France. There's not games that hit this time era and this country. Of course, the game isn't perfect. There are some things that I wish they could work upon, but who knows if there's a part 3? We don't know. Hopefully they could work on that. And what I found wrong with the game sometimes, it was sometimes because the like young lady that like you seeing right now, she is his sister, and she is a very wholesome girl, very weak, typical teenager, and that's her weapon. You see it there? That's sling. That's it. I wish the game had a little melee. This game does not have melee, because sometimes. Now, also the good thing about the game too is that you're not that powerful like other women characters. But I still think I would have enjoyed like a melee or something that you could like go like behind one of the enemies and you could just kill them. You can't kill them at that, guys. You got to use instruments around you, fire, potions. But anyway, going forward, that I wish that they should work on. Now, versus part 1 to like part 2. Part 2 has a lot more options that you could confront your enemies. But it's so funny that some people that were diehard for the first one did not like the fact that they gave her more options to kill. They like the fact that the first one is like you're very like limited, just that sling, and it's very hard to kill people that are armed, armed guards. But so I have mixed emotions in that one. Do I wish to have a melee? Yeah, but like, is it gonna take away from the game? Because that's the beauty of the game. You see these two, they just kids. They're regular, typical kids. They have no superhero powers. They just typical kids. A 5-year-old and a 16-year-old. Now, do I highly recommend this game? Absolutely. Guys, you'll be doing yourself a disservice. One more thing. One of my YouTubers that I highly respect. Now, if you guys are like in the gaming world, you will know who it is, and it's Mr. Skillups. Skillups said in his review, outstanding, astonishing, and he says it reminding him of a Sony game. A Sony game, yes. And that's why. And guys, this man I respect. This man is one of the leading industries guys when it comes to reviewing a game. And he said it felt like a Sony game of that quality, in writing and So with that, I'll leave you. Do I recommend this game? You'll be doing yourself as a disservice if you're a hardcore gamer or even a casual gamer. You are doing yourself a disservice. Please play this game. Please support Asobos, this developer, because even though this is a AAA title, I think they could do more, much more. I see the talent, I see the world crafting, I see the writing. I think this could be like their which is that developer Guerrilla Games. There you go. This could be their Guerrilla Games. That's the quality they bring. But anyway, guys, this is Mcogamer. Please play this game. And as of now, it's my game of the year.